Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Badland, Game of the Year Edition. Just have a quick look around first. You got your statistics over here which tells you how many levels you've completed and just all your general stats. I've been playing for about 45 minutes, which is about an hour. So I'll give it that. You got all your trophies here, which funnily enough this game got a platinum. You've got 3 different modes here, but I actually haven't figured out how to get these to work in anything other than like local multiplayer. It's a bit strange. Like, there doesn't seem to be any online multiplayer for this title. It just seems to... Like, I don't even know if there's ad hoc. Like, it doesn't even... It doesn't say anything about ad hoc. It's just... Yeah, it just says ready. Like... Oh. Apparently you do it on one bloody screen. We're not going to bother with the co-op in this, though, because co-op and multiplayer... Yeah. So, we'll just go have a look at the single player for the time being. I did not know that was how you activated those. I guess it's something along the lines of you just have to tap the corners of the touchscreen. So, you've got 4 different level packs here. I'm currently about halfway through the day 1 pack, and that's after about an hour. There are a lot of different levels in this game, so as you can see, there's 40 here, and then another 20 back here. And then you've got like 100 levels for the co-op and the multiplayer, but yeah. So we're just going to hit up the single player. So the idea is every level has a series of 3 missions to do, but these are just things that come up again after you've finished the level the first time, and they often have different sets of goals, like survive with 1 try, collect all power-ups, and save 20 clones. That's easy enough. We'll just head back to the menu, and every level has a different set of objectives, although they do tend to repeat a bit. So say if we went to Spinner... Survive with 1 try, collect all power, save 18 clones. Yeah. They do repeat a lot. There are some ones with unique goals like survive without cloning, but we'll get onto what all the mechanics are in a moment because we're about to go into the 24th level. When the game decides it wants to load. So, here we go. This is Badland. The controls are very simple. Move with the analog stick and press X to flap. That's it. That's pretty much all the controls you get in this game. Everything else is done by either power-ups or other silly stuff. So, that's 1 power-up there that just slows the game down. There are a bunch of different power-ups in this game, and you probably will be seeing them all throughout this video. Thankfully, the game's got very frequent checkpoints, and the stages themselves are actually pretty short. So, you end up not needing to go back anywhere near as far as you might expect. Bugger my old brown dog. So yeah, you just hold X to get a little bit of momentum going and try not to run into the same saw blade 5 fucking times. Come on. Damn it! Felt like I got sucked into that blade. This is getting a little ridiculous. Down, 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 down. Okay, we just picked up some time power-ups. Unfortunately, there's a reason for that, because these rocks are gonna get in our way a fair amount. We're gonna have to try and get out of the way, but I got pushed off the left side of the screen. The idea is to get to the very end of the stage. That's pretty simple, right? Well, as soon as you get pushed off the left end of the screen, well, send that little crazy goal out of the window because, Jesus Christ, they don't make it easy. The game is very simple, but that doesn't mean it's very easy. You use your abilities in platforming, which I apparently appear to be lacking quite a very many of, and try and get these levels done. I'm just waiting for these rocks to go somewhere not completely in my way. You can also pick up clones, so now I've got 2 guys flying around, and this guy here will make the 3rd. And yeah, we're playing in slow motion, which is really annoying. It's actually really hard to get your clones to survive because they tend to get in some really bad situations because you control every single clone at the same time, which means that if one runs into an obstacle like that, the other one doesn't, well, you're gonna have a couple of problems with... You're gonna have a couple of problems. That's basically it. And you can also... There are also other pickups, like this is a super clone, so you get like 10 clones at once, which is a bit ridiculous, but whatever. And you've also got a couple of other pickups I picked up back there, including this one, which makes everyone bigger, and those ones which make everyone smaller. Don't know why I couldn't get in that there. Fucking traffic jams, right? God damn it. And you've also got pickups that speed up or slow down the rate of progression, so... Come on, really? They look terrified as they scroll off the left edge of the screen if you pay close enough attention. Yeah, now we've got a ton of these guys. We got the big flappers, and now we've got the tiny flappers, and in they go. So now we come in here, slow down time, get a fair bit smaller. Try and get out before the screen's... Nah, it's not going to happen. Gonna have to go through this one in slow motion. Try not to die. Thankfully made it through. But the game does introduce new mechanics. Oh god, I don't want to go near that. I do not want to go near that. I just want to speed up time. There we go. Probably a mission to play the entire game under the influence of every power-up. But yeah, the game introduces these new mechanics fairly often and quite quickly. So within an hour, like these time pickups and these power-ups and all that, haven't seen them yet. Well, we've seen them so far in this video, but they all come into the game fairly quickly. So you don't spend too long bored with the same set of pickups and mechanics, and they've always got new physics puzzles for you to try. It's always a bit splat. It's always got something new for you to try. Oh, that's dick. Wow. But they're always finding new ways to use the... Jesus Christ. They're always finding new ways to use the old obstacles against you, though, which is a sort of thing that you would expect from these sorts of old... Well, not old, but these are the sort of things you'd expect from these sorts of puzzle games. I'm dead. And yeah, the game's not easy, and you do end up having to try each level multiple times, so a level that takes a minute will probably take you anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes on your first go. My main problem with this game, though, other than the fact that it's actually really ball-bustingly hard, is that the levels themselves are actually full of traps that you won't see on your first go through until you've already died like once or twice, which can get really, really annoying because some of the levels do require you to basically memorize the entire layout of the level to make sure you don't die. Come on! It's like the exact second you go off the left side of the screen, that's it, you're done. It annoys the hell out of me. So in order to actually play the levels, you just have to go through until some sort of trap that you haven't seen before kills you, and then you just have to do it again and hope you don't actually fall victim to the trap next time. I don't like games that do that very much. Also, the bouncing in this game really screws you over. I mean, look at this crap. It's left me like pretty much unable to get all my clones out. It's so silly. It just... So much emphasis is put on your speed in this game, but I really think it would do better if it didn't force you to go through anywhere near as fast, but I guess that's just me. The game's graphics actually look pretty good, though. I mean, that background is... Admittedly, that background's probably the nicest looking part of the game, but come on! Really? Admittedly, the background is the nicest looking part about this game, as I said, but you don't really have that much time to look at it because you're always looking forward for the next set of dangers, so you don't really get much time to look at the relatively pretty backgrounds. There are a couple of other things too, though, like the game's technical performance really leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, it works fine most of the time, but you'll get these random frame rate drops out of absolutely nowhere that are infuriating. Because the game will just drop to like single-digit frames a second, and then it'll be like, Oh, I'm back to normal again, like 5 seconds later, and you'll probably end up dying from it at some point. Can't see. Yeah, not entirely sure how I was supposed to expect that. Bloody dogs won't stop going off. I don't know what's wrong with them. God damn dogs. And almost crushed by rocks. Almost crushed by rocks. Come on, let me through. Super clone for some reason. And there are objectives based around getting as many clones to the end of the stage as possible. I've only managed to save 2 on this one. Maybe only even 1. Because, again, this game is a pretty hard game. And again, the technical performance issues don't show up that often. When they do, they will often get you killed. And that can suck. Also, that killed me somehow. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Grab the super clone. Also, annoyingly hard to save most of your clones most of the time. And there are objectives related to, like, saving as many clones as you possibly can. Ow. Time's going faster for some reason, and I can't even get out of this. Shite. Thankfully, it put me back to the right size. And I still died anyway, thanks Exploding Mines. Now time goes really, really slowly. It's not that bad of a game. It's just really difficult and relies on memorization. And I was never a fan of games that absolutely positively require memorization. Like, combining memorization with actual skill is a lot better. But when you've got as much memorization as this game does, you start to lose me. And bugger me. And the game is also relatively hard, and I'm not that big of a fan of games that are designed to be as hard as this game is. There are a lot of levels, though, and again, you do have the co-op and the versus multiplayer, which is a little bit of a strange thing to see in a game like this, but another thing that I noticed about this game, I should say, is that again, the mechanics are very simple. Sure, you have a different set of pickups all the time and all that, but the simple push and flap mechanics aren't exactly my thing, and I find myself getting bored quite quickly with this one. You're more than welcome to blame me and instead of the game for that one, but I just figured it'd be worth noting because you're never doing anything outside of flapping and... What the hell happened there? How do you get through there? Holy hell. You're never doing anything outside of flapping, collecting pickups, and just moving around the obstacle course that is the game's levels. So it's just worth noting that you're not really going to be doing much else worth of note. Not that big of a deal, but it might be it's just worth pointing out because, yeah, there's not really much else to it other than move and flap. These things make it harder to fly, and of course there's saw blades to avoid, and now I'm going to get bigger, and it's going to not let me through. Oh, it's one of those bloody cannons, huh? Okay, now time goes back to normal. We completely missed the... We completely missed the clones, but hopefully I won't... Never mind, just in we go. Been through a few levels. I guess it's time to summarize what I think of this. Hello! Admittedly, they're quite adorable when they're that big, but... Doesn't mean it stops being annoying. So see, I have no way to see what's coming unless I know the level off by heart, and no way to avoid crap like that the first time through, and I hate games that require that. Out of my way, please. It's a very pretty, very simple puzzle platformer. it works well enough, but it does have issues that are worth pointing out and that I have pointed out. The game's currently $10, or should I say something like $9.59 or something ridiculous like that, because it's got a PlayStation Plus launch weekend sale. What the hell? How do I get through here? I'm not that big of a fan of it, purely because of the reasons that I have indeed mentioned, but I don't know, maybe if you like the look of this, probably worth your time to pick up. It's got plenty of levels. And you can play co-op with it, although I'm not entirely sure exactly how you do that on a Vita, but we'll just pretend that that's possible in some way, shape, or form. Hate it. I hate it. Just, like, you don't even get a chance. It's like, you go out of the screen, you're dead immediately. Like, no chance of recovery. It's just kind of frustrating. I'll finish this level and then we can stop this video. I guess I have to, yeah, I guess I have to take the underpath. Right. Of course, there's always a path of most resistance, isn't it? That's how it always goes with these bloody puzzle games. There we go. Oh, come on. Give me a break. It's weird, even with the checkpoints being as frequent as they are, sometimes you wish for more frequent checkpoints. It's weird. It's almost like they made their game really bloody hard. Hello, friends. Oh god, what are we doing? We're pushing a big rock. Slowly losing more and more clones off the left side of the screen. Did I miss something? I must have missed something. Yeah, it's a pickup that makes us roll. That's a bit of a strange pickup, but no matter. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what you're supposed to do here. I guess I just died completely there. I really don't know. Okay, I guess that's what you're supposed to do. Or just completely get stopped by the gigantic rock. I'm confused. My guess is that you have to get in front of it before it gets to the other end. But I'm not entirely sure how you're supposed to get to the other end. You saw what I was doing there and it still wasn't enough to get past the thing. Try and avoid that little pickup there, but you just can't because screw you. So you touch the... That's annoying as hell. Let's give that one more shot, and then I'll just stop it because you're probably sick of watching me. Wouldn't blame you. I get sick of watching me sometimes. Can we get over the top? No. Can we get the rock to roll? Nope. All right. I'm just gonna end it here before I spend 10 minutes on this one bloody puzzle. This has been Blue Maxima checking out Badland. I'm not that big of a fan of it. $10 might be the right price, but you know, only if you like the look of it. I'm not that big of a fan of it, as I just said. So. Well, I'll see you all next time.